Good morning. We are right at 10 o'clock, so we will go ahead and get started this morning. Welcome to the December School-Based Decision-Making webinar. My name is Ruth Swanson, and I'm the Program Manager with District 180. And with me today, kind of fielding questions and dealing with the chat box is Natasha Stein, who is an Assistant Director in the Office of Continuous Improvement and Support. Mia had a scheduling conflict this morning, but they will be back with you coming up in January. On our agenda today, we will take a look at the alternative model applications with that submission window opening here fairly soon. We will take a look at the staffing allocation documents that have been updated. Sorry about that. And we will talk about the council. I'll give just a quick reminder about council verification data that with that deadline having passed on November 1st. And then we'll take a look at phase 3 of the comprehensive school improvement planning process. So pursuant to 701 KAR 5:100, school councils can add additional voting members, such as students and classified staff, to their membership through an alternative SBDM application. We do encourage any school who might be interested in adding voting student members to consult their local board attorney before making that final decision. Beginning January 1 through February 28th, a school may submit an application for an alternative model for its SBDM council. Applications are not required for schools that wish to add non-voting members or for other changes that still maintain that parent, teacher, administrator voting membership ratio of 2, 3, and 1. The application for that alternative model, as well as guidance documents, can be found at the bottom of the SBDM Technical Documents webpage. And I believe Natasha is also going to place a link to that application in the chat box. So KDE recently released a new staffing allocation workbook and some related documents that go along with that. Included in those updated documents is staffing allocation information, which talks about statutes and regulations. There is a PowerPoint, and then Mia actually recorded a webinar that walks through the individual pages and tabs of that workbook. So it will take you through the statutes and the regulations, as well as each of the tables that are included in that new workbook. One of the big updates to the workbook is that it's really flexible for all schools, regardless of your grade composition. And it specifically addresses that 150 per pupil or pupil hour requirement for grades 7 through 12. So this is a free resource. It can be used by all schools and districts as you look at preparing allocations for the upcoming school year.
And Ruth, I'll add here that I just dropped in the chat box the link to the SBDM technical documents page. And so you'll find that updated staffing allocations, all those resources that Ruth referred to, you'll find those near the bottom of the page, and they're actually right above the alternative models for SBDM Council's application. So those links are for you in the chat box if you need them.
Great, thank you. So just a reminder, pursuant to statute, the principal through the superintendent is required to forward information, including the names and training verification for all SBDM council members. And that information was due by November 1st. I know Mia has been in contact with some of you that may not have complete information in there yet. As a reminder, this is entered into that verification database that is housed in the KDE web applications. And we'll remind you that if you need access to those web apps or you're having difficulty with them, you should have a district web app admin point of contact that you can work with to resolve any of those issues. As a Another reminder, if your district has any comprehensive support and improvement or CSI schools, even though they do not have an SBDM council, they are still required to provide the names of their advisory leadership team or ALT members in that same database. We are currently in phase 3 of the comprehensive school improvement planning process. And so in phase 3, schools are required to complete and submit the comprehensive school improvement plan, or CSIP, which includes both the diagnostic as well as the goal building template, by January 1st. And that diagnostic and that goal building template is uploaded into the Cognia continuous improvement platform. We always like to remind folks about the actual definition of a CSIP, and it is defined as a plan that's developed by the school council with input from lots of different stakeholder groups. It's also important to remember that it is really based on a review of all the relevant data that you might have available to you. So that could include state assessment data, other local assessment data, surveys that you may have, and any other kind of local data. Within your CSIP, you're also looking to have that overall 3 to 5 year goal. You want yearly targets. You want strategies that are based either on the key core work processes or some other verified school improvement model. And then you really want to focus on activities that are really designed to support student achievement and student growth and to eliminate any achievement gaps that you may see there. Phase 3 diagnostics are really meant to provide an opportunity for thoughtful reflection and really focus on priority needs and funding and closing those achievement gaps. So we did make a few updates to the goal building template this year, and our hope is that the additional pieces really assist you in reviewing your needs assessment and aligning the activities that you put in your CSIP with those actual needs that you found during your needs assessment process. Within there, schools are asked to address critical needs that they've identified during that needs assessment process and really focus on what activities are going to provide you with some progress for those needs. As a quick reminder, the required goals for elementary and middle schools include state assessment results in reading and math, state assessment results in science, social studies, and writing. You have achievement gap objectives, the English learner progress indicator, and then quality of school climate and safety. High schools are required to do all of those goals with the addition of post-secondary readiness and graduation rate. And so each of these goal areas you'll see on that CSIP template. One common question that we tend to get is around the English learner progress goal and suppressed data. And so the questions have come in, if our data has been suppressed, do we still need to write a goal? And the answer is yes. If you have any EL students in your school, then you should be writing a goal based on the access test and with activities that are really designed to support language acquisition. And so if you're writing a goal with suppressed data, you'll want to write a general goal. It might be something along the lines of each EL student will progress 2 levels on the access test. So that way it does not give away any of that suppressed data, but provides a goal for each of those students. I will just quickly mention, because some of you may support district level planning as well, on the CDIP goal building template or diagnostic in the Cognia platform, you may have trouble accessing the link to the CDIP goal building template. And if you do, please know that the link is available on the Comprehensive Improvement Planning webpage, and that link is accurate and does work. So with that, I will leave you with Mia's contact information, and Natasha will be putting a a link to the attendance form for today, the participation verification form. And please let us know if you have any questions.